Hello there, folks, and welcome to ZSR. We are back. We have more Zelda 2 Rando for you tonight. We have got Chromataclysm and Nightcrawler in here to keep you appraised of all the wonderful things happening. And Royale with Cheese is lurking in the shadows to click all the buttons, so I will leave it in their capable hands.
A pirate ship full of cheese. It's probably not the best place to be, but a good place to be is here with Chromataclysm and me watching Zelda 2 Randomizer.
Yeah, I am super excited about Rando today. We had a nice quick race earlier, and if justice is to be done, this will be a nice, difficult, long seed with plenty of dead ends, and we'll have an entertaining event all around. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yes! Starting off good! Oh, wow. One heart container always makes me happy. 0 gem.
Oh, man.
But they're almost ready. They could be ready. They don't necessarily need thunder, but they got the glow.
No.
They got all sorts of stuff, man.
Wow. Yeah, so never mind about my branching pathways and dead ends all over the place. I suppose it's still possible if thunder is required and we have some kind of fetch quest nonsense item chain, we might still have something bigger, but it's probably going to be more just survival.
Yeah, if we were talking about lesser races, I might, say, oh, well, they might still be looking for heart containers in desperation, but I don't think Alan or Jackamus are going to do that. I mean, if they find them, they find them. But
Right. So we will see some item checking here and there, most likely, unless there's a really early GP. But looks like they've got the hammer, and fairy spell. Any of the Western Continent palaces are available.
yeah, and we have Palace 1 in Palace 1 location. This is where you shake your fist and yell, "Dig shake!"
Big shake! But you don't get complacent, because that does not mean that the other two palaces are going to be vanilla location.
Right.
I mean, vanilla location doesn't mean they're going to be vanilla palace number.
Yeah, and with a new room system, it doesn't even mean. I mean, they have glove, but it doesn't even mean they wouldn't need glove to finish this palace. Fortunately, they start with it, so it's not really an issue. And Alan picked up a child and up an aid. Back to start. The screen kind of paused for a second there, but I think it's pretty obvious what he did.
Yeah, Lost, this is actually the second seed today with Castable Fairy on Magic 1. The one earlier had it as well. And it does make a huge difference in the decision to start the exploration of palaces. So, Jackamus, then, is digging Palace 1 as a means to grind a little bit, and then possibly see what item is along the way.
Not the worst idea, however... I mean, you're going to find more items in the overworld, but these levels that they start with are pretty bad. TH took a one-hit KO from a Geldarm, those little worms that stick up from the ground, which do almost no damage usually. So,
I hate those.
And in the dark, they're especially bad. But I haven't seen any so far that are absolutely invisible. That does happen with the randomized enemy positions, but you can still see where they're anchored.
Dang. The Mew there really got the better of Jackamus. I don't think it was the Iron Knuckle. It was the fact that there was that additional Mew sitting on the ground. Those extra obstacles are so rando. That is a randomizer thing.
And picking up just one sword level would be very difficult with how weak they are right now. But that would help a lot, because that would kill the Mew in one hit, I think. But often, level 2 sword is what you need to kill a Mew in one hit.
It's tough making those choices when you're on a one hard seed, because pretty much everything's going to one-shot you. On life level 2, pretty much everything's going to one-shot you. And the ability to kill enemies quickly, especially when there's many in the same location, can be significantly easier if you've invested in the sword level.
Mhm.
I think generally the play is to try to get those life levels up around 4. But you get a big P bag somewhere, it's worth considering maybe this is my shot to get an attack level where I don't have to survive super long to do so.
Yeah. I mean, when you're getting one hit killed by enemies... Oh, Barbara slithers with the medicine. Decent. I didn't pick up what spell they could pick up from Mito here.
Nor did I.
But... Yeah, I mean, at least they don't have to go through Death Mountain if they don't want to. There's a flute. We knew from the hint earlier that it was going to be on the west, and it was pretty easy for Jacquemus to find.
So if this really is one of those lovely dig shake seeds where it's just the vanilla game but with one heart, then the East could be interesting with the flute in hand, especially if they don't both pick it up.
Oh yeah. I mean, that could be where GP is. That could be where a super short P3 with a heart container is, or whatever the case may be. Although I'm not sure they would actually go into P3 at this point.
No, really not a lot of reason to. You have most of what you need. The main concerns are going to be those levels. If you can find a heart, that's huge. And then just locating GP so that you can have a plan of attack for it.
What actually might be good, like, I don't know. If they find a P3 or P6, just farming the entrance with the kind of damage you're taking, just 3 or 4 kills might speed them up actually by a minute or two with just making the scene much more
I really
popular.
like that strategy. I think that's a good way to go, especially these early levels.
Yeah.
Because it's basically free, and there's no penalty if you're taking a game over.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Heffley has found a Death Mountain, and it looks like a canyon Death Mountain.
They did start with the hammer, so finding that spectral rock is, well, it's right there, but it only has one entrance. There's no way.
It's right there. I don't know.
it's
I don't
so
know.
tempting. Oh yeah, that's right. Dick Shake put in logic for the caves, didn't he?
That's right. Oh. That makes a huge difference. If you know exactly how to get there, why not?
I totally forgot about that.
Oh,
but yeah,
on the
before
last life
you
too.
just had to guess, but now you can like take pretty reasonable approximations of what cave should lead.
Oh no!
Not that one.
That's so sad. Oh, so yeah, it was right to left, but it was the wrong cave from the right to get to Spectacle Rock there. So Alan Heffley taking the game over.
I don't think it's too far away for him to give it another try, but is the reward going to be worth it? That's the question.
Yeah, if you're already there, that's one thing. There's enough places to be checking right now. I don't know if that's the move I would make.
Yeah. Then again, I mean, could end up being the raft, and so far we haven't seen GP. We haven't checked the swamp location or King's Tomb location, right? So still a lot of, but there's still potential. But just by odds alone, the chances that GP is going to be on the other continent is actually fairly high at this point.
Yeah. Jacquemus is going to acquire the downstab now. Good move.
Oh God, when you get one hit KO'd by a blue spider.
And yeah, they're not just squishy, they're like brittle.
Good one. It's like they're playing with one hit KO, except the enemies don't take one hit.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, rough bubble screen there.
Oh.
Even the fairy feat's going to be a little tricky here.
They only
unless
got one
it's
chance
quickly
at it. too bad. Don't they have shield? I kind of would rather cast shield going through here.
Get it. There it is. No,
Oh.
no.
Oh, messed it up. Yeah, Ponswag. One hit KO. The flag set that's in here does make almost every enemy die in one hit. The exception being Dark Link, and sometimes bosses will take 2 hits, but like that's not really a huge deal. You can set up the flags to be otherwise, though. You can set up the flags so that you die in one hit, but the enemies don't. There's so many variables to the randomizer, but yeah, that's a painful death on that bubble screen, and it does take a little while to get over there.
Yeah, maybe time to reassess the strategy a little bit here. We are about 10 minutes in, both runners on only levels 1 and 2 of, level 2 life. Jackamus has got the level 2 magic. Might be time to slow down a second and do some of that grinding. Get a few of those levels out of the way so that you can explore a little more confidently. Because it's not getting any easier, going other places.
I mean, you're going to have to check the Swamp Palace eventually. You might as well go in there.
Yeah.
Or this palace, as Jackamus is about to check. It's a P5.
2. That's going to be 2.
Oh, 2.
With the bag there.
No, I changed their game.
So not super useful.
Egg in my face. But it's organic egg or whatever.
Zeroing is so funny. I didn't even notice the beeping until you mentioned it. And now I'm going to realize that it's on without ceasing. I don't know, maybe the whole seed.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is also a setting. It's not a flag. There's a setting to turn off beeping on your side. It works like 99% of the time. Sometimes it doesn't work. But it looks like Jackamus didn't have that setting turned on. They're both in the same P-bag cave. A little high five here. That Gorilla is looking a little tempting, but I don't know. In the dark, you don't know what could come up behind you, I guess. Oh.
Ooh, Candle is actually huge in a 1 heart seed. That is a good find for Jackamus.
Now, Jackamus up a nade, but the Alan Heffley, I think, is going to pick up some experience in this cave. And maybe check out the Swamp Palace. I think Alan Heffley might be getting a little close. Okay, he's backing off a bit.
Oh, I didn't realize they were high-fiving in that cave there.
Yeah. Yeah, if you push yourself continually into an enemy's hitbox and it's not getting stunned, it's gonna hit you. And it happened again.
Yeah, the pogo stick is a slightly more reliable low-level tactic there instead of the jackhammer. Just try to stabilize yourself and just straight bounces. Keep holding down. A little safer, takes a little longer, but at least you're not dying,
Did you see how much the orange tires are worth? 30.
30, ouch.
So Jackamus didn't even pick up enough experience for his first sword level up with that P bag and the orange Dyra and the other enemies in that screen.
Go to this swamp tile here.
Jackamus trying not to die, doesn't want to drop that experience, but has plenty of lives. Yeah, all right.
Could grind this. Let's. Oh.
Huh?
Yeah. Okay. We'll see how much these are worth and if it's going to be worth the time going into it. Maybe these have the Dyra experience. Oh gosh.
Oh god.
It's something.
Well, it's
tried. Reliable.
I would at least get attack 2, please.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think that's a good move.
And there's no reason not to cast shield at this point. So I would recommend that to TAH, but he can't hear me. Meanwhile, Jackamus having a child. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl wearing clothes like that, but
hooray for non-gendered children's clothing.
Exactly.
So we're pretty much dead even now with the levels being what they are. I guess Alan Heffley's stream is kind of cutting in and out for me, but he did pick up Attack 2, but we now know that none of these palaces in the West are necessary, except for the fact that we might need a raft to get to some of our other locations here.
He might be hoping for the best from a dripper. Well, found Ribenak and decided to nope out. I mean, there's not really much of a reward for killing Ribenak, and Ribenak is easy, but also there's a decent chance you'll take one bop.
Right. If you don't get on quite the right pixel for the cheese, and even then you might have to adjust with that little attack power. Oh man,
more disappointment. Just a free life. The only thing they have is lives, and they're picking up more.
Oh. That means that the East has to be full of wonderful things. That's all I can assume there. You know what I'm actually kind of secretly hoping for in that Schadenfreude sense?
Lots of Moas?
No, that we have to have the raft, and that it's going to be in the Hammer Cave.
Well, we do have to have the raft. We've seen all the palaces on this continent. But
we don't have a pass-through to the east on one of our pass-through locations?
Which cave would be best? Hammer Cave?
Because there are those two continent teleporter caves. And I don't think we've seen both.
We get continent teleporter caves in vanilla, or vanilla. I just haven't been able to play a lot recently. And this is like my 5th time calming since coming back. Alright, both contemplating a palace for various reasons and deciding nope. It's funny because they pretty much entered the palace that the other one had checked almost simultaneously.
Yep. So they're covering the same ground, just doing the tasks in a different order.
Well, Jackamus not trying the red iron knuckle, but I think he explored a little bit of P1, so he might have already known that the reward's not that great. Even these red skeletons aren't worth very much.
I think the strategy is kind of twofold for Jackamus here. Find a raft, find a dripper.
Yeah, and P3 is one of the easier palaces to get the item out of. I mean, not as easy as P1, which we have seen, but we're searching for the raft at this point, so, there's a pretty good chance at this stage of the game that it's in a palace. I mean, just that.
Here we go.
What haven't we checked on the West? Like just Death Mountain locations?
Oh yeah. Level 1 Rebo.
This is gonna be fun.
I live for this.
I mean, when I practice, I do like level 1 weekend. See, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
But did he have a shield? I mean, it might not have helped against Rebo, but
I don't think it would have. I think he still would have been one shot.
Oh man. Oh my gosh, poor TAH. He was trying to get that P-bag, trying to push that blue away from it, and died before he could get it. Just pushing back and forth with the grid, just kept going back over it.
Probably would have only given him 30 anyway.
Probably. We've seen hundreds though, so that's
we've seen 100.
That's not that great at this point though. It's better than what they've been getting.
Doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Alright, looks like Jackamus is going to check that other connector.
I'm really glad they haven't killed the seed, though. Because I like seeds like this.
I agree. That's true. They do have about 11 minutes left if they want to say, this is the worst thing I've ever seen, and no thank you.
And it might be the worst thing that they've ever played. Who knows? At this stage. It might. I mean, to a lot of our less frequent viewers, they might think, well, there's 0 gems to place. That makes it easier. But in a large way, it actually makes it harder because you can't do gem abuses for like good levels or anything like that. You can't like get a quick kill on an easy boss to get an extra sword level or anything. So, it makes it easier in some ways, but harder in others, especially when you enter GP at 333 or whatever.
There is an intriguing cave at the very top of this river on the left that I would be very curious to see if it isn't the Hammer Cave.
Vash in chat is right. 0 gems so easy. I was wrong, and Vash has it.
Easy is not necessarily what it means. It could mean that the path to the end of the game is accessible earlier, but it all depends on if you're able to survive and find GP.
Yeah, and if they're going into the various palaces, if there is a heart container, they're likely to find it. But if they're not going into the palaces and they've got all the tools they need for GP, they're probably. I mean, there's a lower chance they're going to find any heart containers that are in the seed. And there can only be up to 4 heart containers that they can pick up. So at most, the hearts are going to go up to 5. It could be stuck at 1 forever.
So they're both checking, I think, in the right place here. Yeah,
Ooh,
there we go. There we go.
That's good stuff. Yeah, Maze Island, also known to me, and pretty much only me, as Treasure Island. Because it's got 2 items and usually some pretty juicy enemies, especially if you can, if you like have thunder and you can go back to like a P2 or something and just like thunder like 3 enemies for like 300 experience each, and then something like that where you can just level up like super duper fast. Because when you go into palaces, the enemies reset too. So,
oh, that was a really rough place to get a game over for Alan Heffley.
Yeah, gotta go back.
The Invincible Octoroks and the Scorpion Max do not help.
Is TH going back into this? Has he not done this cave before? It's not. And
I don't even remember what it was, but it's probably an extra life.
Yeah, it's not useful. We've seen the flute, the child, and the candle. Those are the only useful useful items that we've found. I hesitate to say that, but on this particular seed, I would say candle's helpful. Yeah, 100.
100-point P-bag. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like a lot of this would be really, really difficult without. And we have yet to see the East and how relevant navigating that's going to be.
And we do have a 1/4 chance that the flute is required at this point. Wait, no, we don't. We haven't even seen East, so we don't know for sure. But if it was vanilla,
maybe even better.
Yeah, right. Everything's blocked off by the devil.
So Palace 5 in Maze Island, and we do have a connector there. I'm guessing that's taking us to the east. And I think it's likely we have some kind of vanilla there because that connector and the raft are both probably connecting to the same place, which would make a vanilla or vanilla-like east.
True.
Likely, I would say.
Cross or Jacquemus, I think that's a great find with 1 heart. where they're about
Honestly,
to go.
You're not going to complain about that when the MOAs show up.
Oh gosh, Clem with
Clem, yeah! Yeah!
0, no! Dogpile with the puns. Okay, we appreciate it. Sorry, guys. Sorry if I got mad. Are their boots not working on these?
Needed to check the tracker real quick there. Cross-reference my sources to figure out if we had marked it. There it is. Yeah.
That's a long bridge to cross to get to that pun. That's not a idiom.
There we go.
Oh, well. Does that mean no more beeping?
For the time being, there's going to be plenty more beeps to come.
Yeah, gosh. That's probably the thing he wanted to find absolutely the most, and
Oh my
hopefully
gosh,
Alan finds it.
This might just be vanilla. It is. It's vanilla. Whoa, that's a good pea bag though. That's a good pea bag.
Was it 300?
It was 700.
Wow.
So that means flute is required. They did both pick it up, so that's not an issue.
Yeah.
The thing about vanilla is you know exactly where your resources are. You're
GP could be right
higher. One higher. One higher.
He's looking
What?
for that.
Okay, there we
go. Imagine it's another heart. Huh? Not the worst.
That is a good pickup. And anything you can get to boost stats right now is huge.
Yeah. Actually, that's probably one of the better things you can find. I would go for maybe another heart, but Magic Day is probably the second best
Oh,
thing.
of course. There we go.
Jacquemus
Get your 50.
I don't think Jacquemus is going to be beating Barba. He saw that it was Rebo in the other one, right? And he sees these windows.
Yeah.
Is he really wanting to going into P6?
I think there might be still some thoughts of Ripper.
No, they got a hint earlier about the medicine, right? What?
Oh, right.
Barba slithers with a medicine, but I don't remember what spell it was. If it's Thunder...
Oh, Dripper, check it! Oh, no. Oh, well.
At least they have the key.
It is Thunder. That makes sense, then. So, Jacquemus is definitely on the right track, then.
Groovy. And as long as Alan doesn't give up before finding his heart container, we'll have a race on our hands. Because if Jacquemus has twice as many hit points as TAH for the rest of the race, that would be a sad day.
And Royale with Cheese doing tracking for us tonight, I believe. May as well go ahead and point that out.
And
Thank you.
I do have to question what Royale with Cheese's favorite cheese actually is. So if you can get that in chat.
What is your favorite cheese?
I'm a chump. Probably blue cheese.
Oh, blue cheese. Okay, blue cheese is one of those things that has to be with things, in my opinion.
Sure, yeah. You can't just eat it by itself. I had blue cheese on a steak once, and I was like, this is going to be disgusting. And it was delicious. It was incredible.
So on that note, I will be back in 30 seconds.
Picking up some cheese. Got it. Alright, well, Jump was making... Jump was pretty good for Jacquemus, getting over those flames. They can do a lot of damage, but unfortunately took a bop from Red Dire, which is still pretty fatal, even half an hour into the seed. But Jacquemus not giving up on P6, which is wise, because Thunder would be good. Especially if you find, like, the lizard dudes who are worth, like, maybe roll up to 500 or something. That'd be pretty sweet. So even if Thunderbird's not required, getting basically free levels out of it would be pretty sweet. Sharp cheddar? Yeah, I love sharp cheddar as well. I've even picked up extra sharp cheddar sometimes. I didn't know that was a thing until, like, a year ago.
If the package is, like, black.
Yeah. The Tillamook one with the black, yeah.
That is the Tillamook one, isn't it?
Yep. Nothing wrong with some sharp cheddar.
So I'd be interested to see something that could break this seed wide open would be the fire spell linked to Thunder. If we had that, with just a couple of magic levels, could make very quick work of a lot of these trickier screens.
Someday I'll go on like some snooty
Ouch.
cheese tasting, like by the beach thing.
Hmm.
I don't know. It'll happen at some point, I guess. Speaking of cheese, Jackamus being cheesed by two basic enemies that on their own are nothing, but when you're sandwiched between them, like with a grilled cheese sandwich.
Jackamus' complete name is Jackamus Wedge.
Oh, nice.
Like a wedge of brie.
That's always good too.
Or Jack.
Oh yeah,
There we go.
Parmesan's pretty good too.
Made it through.
Perfect. Well, 70 experience in the middle of a palace is enough to get him attack 3, which puts him at par with Jackamus right now. Which is
Last
pretty sweet.
life for Jackamus here. Yeah, Alan's got some good levels going on. Gonna make progress a lot easier.
Mhm. Yeah, with 2 heart containers, the difference between a single attack level is going to be pretty apparent. Probably will be an extra hit on some lives.
I think Jackamus might have just found a loop. Or did... sorry, I looked away. Maybe he's coming from...
Yeah, we definitely have seen this room before, but since he's going back down, I guess it is a loop.
Yeah, oops.
I'm glad
you know,
that
beat
Alan
going.
Heffley has... Go for it.
I'm done.
Oh, sorry. I'm glad the Alan Heffley also has the wherewithal to be like, yeah, I should pick up Thunder here. Because, you know, sometimes in a race, you forget, like, the first... it takes my brain a little while to, like, spin up. So, like, the first hint I get usually is the first hint and only hint that I forget.
Yeah, honestly, that I've had a very similar experience with those hints.
That Doom Knocker doing some construction on Alan Heffley's face with hammers.
Oh.
Sorry.
Brutal imagery.
Well, they're furiously trying to find this thing. It's probably behind Barb at this point.
So, question for the chat real quick. How much does Nightcrawler sound like Nick Miller from New Girl?
What? Who's Nick Miller? I gotta see this.
Sorry, it's just something I noticed like a while back. Like, I've heard this voice before. 79%. Okay, yeah, I'll go with that.
It can't be like 10% lower than that. Come on. I gotta check this out later. I don't watch like much television.
I'm sure you can find a compilation that gives you a representative slice.
I gamed with someone once who sounded exactly like Wesley.
Wesley
Will
Crusher?
Yeah. I gamed with someone in MechWarrior Living Legends, and he sounded exactly like Will Wheaton. And I asked him once, and he was like, no.
Why would you think that? I'm not Will Wheaton, you're Will Wheaton.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, Jackamus taking on Barba here. This is going to be a long road. They got jumped. Come on, Jackamus, do it.
This is a pretty buff Barba anyway.
Yeah. What's that, 10 hits for 1 bar?
It was at least 10.
Yeah, so... and it was less to 2, so it probably started out with a 25% HP boost or something.
Looks like 7 per bar.
Okay. If they were jackhammering, they'd be done.
No, it's 8. Never mind. 8 per bar.
They've got 5 lives on spawn. That's all I'm saying. Little bullet hell madness for the on halfway.
Nice.
I think Alan Halfway's found the item though. This is one of the newer community item rooms, and it was actually the winner of the community room jam that Dig Shake pulled off. That's the only reason I recognize it.
I understand why. Like it really opens up a level of exploration that just a basic room design of itself doesn't necessarily do. Like it's a room that tells you more about rooms in the rest of the palace rather than just referring to itself, you know. And that's pretty cool.
Oh, this is cruel. Look where Jackamus is now.
And that's why it's such a good room. If you've been fortunate enough to come into this room on the elevator side of things, it is a wonderful room. And if you don't, you just know that somewhere in this completely illogical, non-Euclidean place is a path.
I kind of want someone to clip this for Dig Shake because he loves that room. And that could all be clippable. That's all within like 30 seconds of each other, right? Or a minute or something.
It might have been close enough.
Jackamus. Love it.
Same, bro, same.
Yeah. Oh, what the hell just happened to TAH? He got hit and just spun back and forth repeatedly. That was weird. I don't know why he didn't bounce off that guy's head. If he can cast thunder, that would be a good time. But he didn't pick up that second magic container because he didn't go to the water tile, which is right next to the palace. He just got the item out of. A little unfortunate because he could have gotten potentially a good amount of experience from that.
Big raid from RPG Limit Break. Welcome to the Zelda 2 Max Rando Tournament for 2021. Alan Heffley versus Jackamus. 2 skilled runners, seasoned veterans. And we've got no hearts.
Well, they doubled their hearts. about 15 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago, they doubled their hearts. And their heart grew 2 times.
Still on the squishy side.
Yeah. But that's why we love these kind of seeds, because we like watching our racers get squished.
DeReal Jam, I'm sorry you missed the last race. I am happy to... Wait, no spoilers about new races? What do you mean? Like races that happen... Oh, like in the chat? Like what happened today? It already happened. Okay.
Don't
I won't
spoil.
Fine. I'm bad at spoilers.
I always spoil the results of races that haven't finished yet. It's only right half the time now.
Oh, that haven't finished?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, lost. Okay. You can watch the VOD. What I will tell you about it, DeReal Jam, is that it's pretty fast.
Yeah. That doesn't tell you who won. In fact,
they'll
find out as soon as they click the video. They'll see the length on the video. So
there you go.
Now, the nice thing about Jackamus, getting, I don't know, a color shaped. I don't know a nice way to put that, but getting this is Zelda Speedruns. I can say it. Getting blue balled by that item room. He knows that he has to go up an elevator to get to the item. Yeah, I couldn't say something like that on Speed Gaming when we used to go there. It's quiet. Sorry, guys.
Me too. I'm
I'm
the
just
dead air.
I'm
Dead
just
air.
desperately wanting Jacobus to find this elevator he needs. Meanwhile, Jan Heffley, I believe previously he was behind considerably from Jacobus. By considerably, I mean like 2 minutes. But now it seems like he's 5 minutes ahead.
All right. Anyone who wants to grind in this seed, you get yourself some thunder. You get an encounter up there in that forest, in that Kasuto region forest.
Oh, cast
There it
thunder.
is. Look at that. Look at that. But Alan hasn't gone back to pick up thunder from Mito yet. And poor Jacobus is still searching for that path to the medicine.
Yeah, I think Alan needs to find Mito real fast. Like oh, okay. More reason to go to Mito.
Yeah, go ahead and check the palace here. And you've basically determined where GP is at this point. I think we do have a vanilla GP.
God. Vanilla.
Vanilla across the board.
Vanilla maps for East and West. Vanilla location of P1. Vanilla location of GP. So pretty vanilla, but really kind of only on the surface level, because when you get in the palaces, it's not vanilla.
So I think there's an up and A coming right about now.
Yeah, picking up. Oh, casting thunder is tempting. Testing out thunder.
Fire, yeah. Good call. Give yourself a chance to see if you even need to go get thunder. Go ahead and and also there's a level up right around the corner, so that may be worth doing as well.
10 experience, yeah, grab that. It's gonna be just life 5, but with 2 art containers, you want that? Oh God, no!
Well, there's a decision made for Alan.
Well, on the bright side, when we got thunder, Alan can get potentially exceed that amount of experience in just a second or two in that encounter he found.
Oh, Jacobus, you've done it. The medicine is secured, and he is 1 XP away from a level up there.
I got a key! Oh, man! Poor Jacobus.
He's easily farmable bots.
I was wondering if he could get far enough away from it for it to respawn. I'm glad he did.
I'm glad that's a magic level too. That's very useful, I think, for what this seed has shown us.
Mm-hmm.
A little more life would be nice, but magic is almost as useful when you have to use non-traditional means of getting through because of low life.
I've been watching Jacobus for the past couple seconds. Has Jacobus tested out fire? His magic is pretty low, so I'm assuming he did.
You mean Alan?
Yeah, sorry.
If he did, I was watching Jacobus because he was getting medicine. I missed it.
Well, he's got magic back, so if it was a useful spell, we'll see it soon.
Tap, 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 tap.
God, getting beat up, but did succeed.
Ouch! It hurt.
Jacobus is the first person to turn in the medicine, even though Dan Heffley's had it for like 6 minutes. Thunder, was that 97?
67. So,
67, really?
Yep.
That's
Castable there.
Very affordable.
And probably equally castable for Alan, I would assume.
Insult. That's just his sprite. Sorry. You can change the sprite. it's one of those options you can change that is unrelated to the flags.
Yeah, I got used to randomizing the sprite color and the beam sprite, and I don't even think about it anymore. Don't even remember what real fire is.
I do. That's warming your back.
There. Okay. That one right above you. Right above it. Check that one. Check that one. Look at it. Look at it. That's
Where
it. That's it. That's Hammer Cave.
How does he
If
know?
you
How do
really
you
want.
know? Because it's
Because
not led by anything? Good stuff.
Dude. Okay. I saw that the first time around. That one. Like, had my eye on that one. You heard it. You heard it here.
And he's still holding on to his magic, which he doesn't have thunder. I don't know about
The only
that.
reason to go down here would be to get possibly
Container.
another heart or the raft for like a quicker access to the east, but it's not that much time difference. I'm kind of questioning the motive of going into this cave.
Yeah.
We know where he is. We know where Thunder is.
Oh, well, yeah, I totally agree with you. Especially if he's seemingly so disinterested in Thunder at this point. I don't know what he's going to be using his containers for in the short term. And this is probably not a container. It's probably
if we were
a
looking
bag.
for a child. Or was it... Or do we have it wrong? Because we're just taking Chat's word. Chat might be lying to us.
No,
No.
Jackamus has Thunder. It's the fourth spell.
Oh, it is.
You know.
That's right. That's right. It is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Okay.
Chat. I don't mean to doubt you.
Don't doubt Chat. Jackamus not killing the blue lizard, but okay, he doesn't have magic, and also he's going to a place with more blue lizards. So I know they're not actually called Lizalfos, but like I forgot what the actual
I always
name
call
was.
them that too. I don't know what they're called.
I remember a lot of the names. Oh, picking up his other magic container. Very nice. So since Jackamus got the water magic container, his magic is actually going to be higher than the Unhefli's, and if he can... Nah, I mean, there's nothing he can do at this point to be able to cast twice. Okay, that's the raft for the Unhefli. There's nothing Jackamus can do right now to be able to cast twice with Thunder, but if the cost goes down a little bit, or if he picks up another magic container, then he'd only need to get one blue jar to be able to cast twice on a life, and that could make a huge difference, just being able to cast twice, which, if the Unhefli doesn't pick up that extra magic container, is going to be much harder for him.
Amazing Hammer Cave! It's the name of the race room! It happened!
Oh, wow!
It wasn't really that amazing, though. It was kind of lackluster and somewhat disappointing. The ref actually would have been a nice pickup earlier, but at this stage, it's redundant. We have other ways to get to the east. Ooh, nice zombie status for Jackamus here.
Yeah. It would have been nice earlier, but could you imagine if he didn't search out the Maze Island connector, and he found Maze Island later, running around with one heart container and ooh, okay, the blue guys are only worth 200, which isn't the most it can be, but that's still significant.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
especially if you go into the forest here.
I think he will, and he's going to be picking up another magic container heading the way he is, so that'll give him quite the ability to cast. And if he picks up a magic level as his reward for killing 2 of those blue guys, then he gets another magic refill, and possibly it's cheaper. I don't think it goes much under 64, though. It'll never get to like 40, unfortunately. I've never seen it that low.
What would be incredible in a seed like this is a completely anticlimactic GP That's 2 rooms long. Thunder not required. For all the pain of getting this far.
Speaking of anticlimactic, that spectral rock was 70 experience feedback.
Ouch.
Yeah. Jackamus just picked up a 700 experience feedback from that forest encounter, which I didn't know was there because I don't play vanilla that often.
Yeah.
I don't know about casting. Oh, you want to get that? I don't know about casting Thunder on the Tektites. He should find the other screen, I think.
Yeah, it just happened to hit the strong enemies both times. Get the... There you go.
This is what he wants. He's going to have to die to cast.
And the Scorpion Max there, like, all 4 of those together would be quite the haul. And it looks like we might see it. I am so excited for this carnage.
However, they can take more than... They don't! Nice.
Nice. Look at that.
You know,
just
I think what might have... I don't want to backseat game. These guys are better than me. They've beaten me enough times. But if he picked up the magic level, he could have done that again and then gotten that much... almost made up the difference in one
so he's going to up A here. That was the strategy. Get the attack level.
Oh, okay, cool.
Up A here. And we might have a little grind, or we might just be going to GP, finish this off. And I think Jackamus really is poised to win this thing.
Yeah, it's probably the right choice. Thunder actually is a bit less useful in GP. Like, the ability to cast it twice maybe is not as useful in GP. Now, when it's Firelink Thunder and you can cast it willy-nilly, that's great. But, like, a lot of the enemies in GP don't die in one Thunder. Especially, like, the spicy chickens. They take, like, 5 or 6.
Nice timing on that. And this is really nice. The encounters in Valley of Death being just road tiles.
Oh, that's beautiful for him. It'll be beautiful for the Alan Heffley when he gets here, but Alan Heffley taking the scenic route, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm wondering what's going on there. There's got to be some reason.
Maybe not feeling confident about doing it at this level, but I mean, you can kind of see how effective that Thunder Strat was. I know that Jackamus had a level advantage in attack before, but right now he's 2 attack levels above the Alan Heffley, and whereas that might not be a big deal in a more ordinary seed, when your stats are... When your health is this low, you want to kill stuff fast. And attack 3, Thunderbird, is pretty painful.
That is rough. That is pretty rough.
More zombie.
Here we go. We are in GP at like exactly 53 minutes. In this 0 gem seed.
And Lost saying a truth down here. I think Jack does more vanilla speedruns than Alan Heffley does.
Yeah. It definitely is an advantage when you know all of these tiles and what they do from many repetitions of going through these different areas.
I feel like the Alan Heffley, yeah, he's behind, but if he just went to the right spot, he could get up to Jackamus's levels and in Jackamus's position within just I don't know, 3-4 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Certainly could. the issue is that attack level if Thunder is required.
Mhm.
And then, of course, Jacquemus has the advantage of already being in GP and already exploring some of these paths. So unless Alan is prepared to take some risks and maybe get lucky on that, advantage is definitely with Jacquemus right now.
Yeah, but he doesn't know, and I think that's why he's kind of coming in here and sort of playing fast right now, not super carefully, which is, I mean, it's under control, but
he's making the what I would refer to as the right plays.
Yeah,
he's not taking the weird path through, right?
I think you want to cast Thunder here. Oh god, 50 experience.
Do it where his magic was on the previous life.
Shield and life for... Yeah, the shield's not enough to save you from a Foca body slam.
That's a shame.
I think Thunderbird will still kill him in one hit too. No problem.
Oh, undoubtedly. Now, the shield spell can be amazingly helpful, or completely useless.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, useless. I think if it was if we were looking at 3 magic life containers, I think shield would be pretty good here.
Oof.
This is a rough place.
Another magic level would have helped a ton.
Does do the blue focus die in one hit to Thunder usually?
Usually not. Usually it takes at least 2.
So I think Jacquemus is gonna have to set up some sort of... I think he's doing it. He's gonna just sit here and poke at it, or not. He's gonna...
So you can jump here. You can do that quantum leap there as a way of getting around.
Took a bit of a beating, and I think he's on his last life, but getting this exploration is still important. Oh, that knife was in a very sus position. Oh god, he's doomed.
Yeah, oh no, he's dead.
Yeah, that's a rough room. That's a rough community room, because you gotta really dig fast. I don't think you can outrun enemies unless you trick them into following you in a different direction or something. In that particular room.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Island Halfway is almost there. Gonna be really hoping for no Thunderbird at Attack 3. Is this a 0 gem seed? Yeah, this is 0 gem.
Yeah, it's a bit wild.
We have seen a boss get killed, though. So, there's that.
That's true. We did see the fall of Barba. Did we end up seeing
Rebo? No.
Yeah. Oh, we saw him.
Oh, we saw him. And we could have easily seen Horsehead. They were in P1 at first, but I don't think they actually physically saw him. They might have seen the entrance of his boss room, but that's about it. Jacquemus said this. I don't think TAH really went into P1.
Go left. Yeah. Try the other side.
Ouch.
Yeah, I'm amazed how much going left is the right move. I remember the unveiling seed of the 4.0 rando, like that's kind of what is, and now we know this is a dead end. That's what won it for Dig Shake, was making the decision to go left.
It's a cool room, though. He'd have to be desperate for life to actually go to that ferry, though. But that's still a cool room for that reason.
I mean, you still have to survive to get to the ferry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a G room. It's a winter solstice room, and there's another ferry.
Yeah, I put a ferry in one of my rooms. I was trying to make it so that, you know, if you went for the ferry, there would be a time cost, so you'd have to decide. But it wasn't the time cost of the entire width of the room. But I mean, for a single player game like Winter Solstice, that makes perfect sense.
Great pickup there. The red jar right after casting Thunder to clear out the red Faka.
Fortunately, these blue eyeballs, forget the name right now, Moas. These blue Moas in GP are, I think they're the weakest Moas in the game, or one of the weakest ones. They're normally invisible if you don't have the cross, though. This Jackamus took like 3 bops from that blue Moa. And only at half health right now, so yeah, just
Oof.
sort of demonstrate. Yeah, oof. Oh, thanks, Trails.
Yeah, absolutely, J. Coper. I'm really hoping we do see Thunderbird actually, because I think it would be pretty cool to see these guys overcome that. Attack 5 is a reasonably typical level to be approaching it at. Attack 3 is a challenge. Will be a challenge every time. Leaf of Inertia random? No. So there in the 4.0 Zelda 2 randomizer, there are rooms from some ROM hacks and from some competition that was held. But it's just the Zelda 2 randomizer.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. This bubble taking lives.
And they can jump as much as they want to.
Yeah, and actually, if anyone in chat wants to design rooms, I think Dig Shake, like, I haven't heard much from him recently. I don't think he's doing anything on the randomizer, even if I did hear him. He's probably just going to play. He usually does, like, randomizer stuff, like, once a year, I think. And he worked really hard on this last version. But if you want to make a cool room and put it in, you can sort of learn how to fairly easily, and just make it and send it off to Dig Shake, and he'll put it in eventually if he thinks it's good enough.
Yeah, that Z2 edit program is pretty cool. I've been messing around with it lately. And for creating like a substantial ROM hack, there's a little more you need to know, but making rooms is not too challenging a prospect to get started with.
Mm-hmm. I want to see how those outside rooms are done, because I didn't see any way to do that. But you could just, you know, pull up a seed that you got in a randomizer where there's an outside room, load that into Z2 Edit, and see, you know, find the room, and then see how that happened. So I want to do an outside room or 5 or 6. They're cool.
If you're starting from a vanilla ROM, I think the room you start with is the one in Palace 3. Where there's an outside room with a key.
I guess that makes sense, huh?
Oh, Clem, there you go. We're on the same page.
Unfortunately, the unhealthy, he had to cast jump to. I don't know if he really had to cast jump here. He could have climbed up with the normal jumping height, and he would have had a much easier time taking on that blue Foca, because he drilled through way too many blocks. When you don't have jump on, you can just tap the jump button and hold down, and you'll destroy just a single block if you let go of the down button. But when you're holding jump, you really have to wait until you come down from the jump, and at that point you're moving pretty fast. So it's a lot harder to be precise with busting those blocks. So in casting jump there, he made it very difficult to get to the appropriate elevation at which he could take on that blue Foca without getting hit. And unfortunately, it did cost him, I think, a game over.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 1 or 2 more game overs coming from this seed. It's
Yeah.
really presenting a lot of challenges.
At least they have 5 lives. God, can
does
you
help.
imagine if they had 1?
Ugh. Well, that doesn't happen. I don't think. Isn't the minimum 2? I've at least never had a seed where I've only got 1 life.
I don't know. 2 is the lowest? Okay, cool. That would still be brutal, though. You can manually set it to 1, but in Max Rando actually has certain settings that it still has more mercy than to make it
Quantum leap.
possible. Oh,
There
perfect.
you go.
I still have a bit of difficulty doing that sometimes, but it's beautiful when it happens. It's beautiful when you get it. Is that what it's called? Quantum leap?
Yeah, it's because it's from the room with Scott Bakula.
Uh-huh.
Quantum leap.
Of course.
So, yeah, for me, it's I look at the tile 1 ahead of the wall. So, like I measure 1 away, if that makes sense. When I take off, and then the A/B press is a roll that just it's a rhythm thing, you know.
Mm.
Sometimes I think about the like game over music from Mario 3, where you have the dun 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 ba-doom. The little ba-doom
You
is
time
sort
your
of
you
sort
time
of
your
like
you time your jump to a song that's not even playing.
yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
I feel like it's not even like that similar. Like it might be faster than that. I don't know. But I have to give it a little space because if I just like roll as fast as I can, it's too fast, you know. So it helps me space it a bit. Ba-doom.
Yeah, I should probably put that in my practice like seed. I've got a practice seed where I have like different save states on a totally legal, copy of the Zelda cartridge.
Of course.
I have different save states with different challenges, and I have like basically unlimited, well, very very beefy like life 8 and strong life, but I keep it at attack 1, and I set the randomizer to a weak attack, so like it can't possibly get any weaker, and free spells and stuff. So basically, I can practice any way I want to, and I just have a bunch of save states set up to do various things. I typically do that before the start of the seed.
I think we both were looking the same place there.
Yeah, I'm not good at the double stabs. Maybe if I change my controller, I'd be better at the double stabs. Trails is really good at it now. Unos is really good at it. Dig Shake is good at it. Buzz is good at it.
Not a rando player, but Hippie, LSD Hippie 420. His doubles are insane, and he just chains them together as much as he wants to. Just no stop.
Because it looks cool too. Like if it was just useful, I wouldn't care so much, but it looks really awesome.
That's it. It's about the swag. It's another level of flow to the experience.
Poor TAH. I think I would say at this point he casts Reflect, but he has like 13 magic points. So, but Reflect, yeah. If he had Reflect cast, he could just crouch down, and his shield would absorb that magic. Oh, another perfect jar for Jackamus. Ooh, good jump from TAH. Now he's got Yeah, I'd cast Fairy. Ah! Well, he has to.
It's nice.
He made it. He's got to do it. He up an A, though. I guess he's been to that room before, and he doesn't like the condition that he was in, the number of lives, and, the magic level he was at. So just figured, started again, and tried to do better the next time. This is just a bad place for a spicy chicken.
Oh, gosh. Come back out, or fall down. Pick one.
For situations like this, it would be nice to have, like, a fairy that could breathe fire, so you could at least push the enemies back. Another dunk. Oh. Casting fairy. Yeah,
That's
the
not
D-pad.
better.
Yeah, I know. The D-pad on the Xbox controller is pretty bad. I think the D-pad on a GameCube controller or the original Game Boy Advance. I don't know about the SD.
There we go.
But those are pretty bad D-pads too. They're way too small. I actually use an N64 controller plugged like pretty much straight into my computer. It's got a beautiful D-pad.
Nice. N64 D-pad?
It's great. Yeah. Think about it. It's a nice big D-pad. Good texture. I mean... Yeah, it's just a plus shape. That's the way D-pads should be. Back in my day, all D-pads were shaped like a plus.
Yeah.
Actually, the Virtual Boy D-pad is pretty interesting. It's got like these steep slopes on it.
Back in my day, we didn't care if controllers were ergonomic. We developed calluses.
Maybe I should play this with my Virtual Boy D-pad from now on. With my Virtual Boy controller. I've got an adapter for that. And I could be the only person to ever play Zelda 2 with a Virtual Boy controller.
Oh, jeez.
God, yeah.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
He almost had it, too. I think he could have outrun the Foca.
He had it. And then, of course, he gets the troll pattern from that last one.
That sucks. Poor guy.
Well, we were entering GP at 53 minutes. So we're coming up on 20 minutes here pretty soon. And looks like we're taking a second to regroup, reassess, gain the composure. I think Jacquemus has the skills. It's going to be about the patience and the focus to execute. What other sports tropes can we use? We got to leave it all out on the floor.
Yeah, I don't watch enough like football to have enough tropes. But yeah, I think he needs to try to win. That's what I think.
Just go out there and try to execute, try to win, play our game, just like we practice.
Thank my mama, thank God.
There you go.
I want to thank, oh gosh. I just find it pretty funny that someone would think that, a religious figure would care which team won a sports game.
Sure.
But you never know.
Well, if there's the side of it that's like individual performance. But
oh yeah. Sports is treated like a religion by many people. That's true, Killer.
As is Zelda Randomizer.
Right. We kind of.
I see you.
Does that make us like reverends of Zelda 2 Randomizer? Or there's got to be some fluid way to say that.
It's a hobby. It's a hobby. It's an art We are artists.
What's my inspiration for this comm? And TNT also sang some truths up there when we were talking about D-pads, and I just had to mention it. Yeah, Mario Party tore apart many a 12-year-old thumb. Oh, TH has got it! Holy shoot! How many lives does he have left? He's got this!
I really, really hope this is like a come from behind upset kind of situation, because
Is that Thunderbird? Oh my god!
Do we need it though? Do we need it?
He doesn't want to do it. I don't blame him.
No, you absolutely have to check every other possibility, especially if you can survive. 3 lives left for TAH.
He's being very cautious right now, and I think that's great. Not really much of a threat in that room. He didn't know that. I didn't know that. But I guess that's a dead end? I don't know that room very well. So now, if that was a dead end, then TAH has got to decide left or Thunderbird. And does he have magic? He cast shield, so he might. Yeah, it was 67, right? So he's got enough.
Yeah, he's got enough to cast it. Oh, here we go.
This is pretty hype. Let's see if he can. Honestly, with Thunderbird, it's just a matter of keeping your composure for long enough. And seeing the fireballs, because that's sometimes the difficulty.
Right. And on the low levels, you really have to not insist on the pendulum at the expense of your life. Like you gotta know when to just not get hit.
Oh! But he's got lives. Somehow he has lives.
Yeah, he had 3. Oh man!
How many hits is this? Like 100?
He dies again here. He needs to go up and right just to make sure that this is not required. Oh,
he can take a hit though. That's pretty interesting.
I say no. Check the other directions, dude.
Yeah, I think when you only manage to get like 5 hits on Thunderbird and you need like 60, you might not be in the right mindset with the last life.
Trail's calculating at 48 hits.
Okay, cool. Trails has calculated the possibilities. Insert Empire at War. Meme that nobody here knows.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's alright. Someone here's played Empire at War, but probably doesn't remember that. You know what the interesting... you're not dead yet. Yeah, I think for a second he thought he was.
Long fight. It's a long fight.
Good God. If he can kill Thunderbird, even if he game overs, stay alive.
Oh yeah.
He can't cast Reflect, not with Magic 4. It's not nearly cheap enough yet, but that would be very helpful. Ah, damn.
Yeah, that's rough.
Did he have life? Life's got to be expensive at Magic 4.
Don't believe anyone picked up life, did they?
Did they start with life?
Huh.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, he has it. That's too expensive for what he had, though. If he had one more magic container or another... I don't think another magic level would probably help, unless it brought down the cost of life. Because it's definitely not bringing down the cost of Thunder, and it's not going to bring down the cost of Shield enough. Oh, that's a game over from Jackamus, and I can feel his frustration. Because we're linked up like that.
It goes beyond empathy. It's literal shared experience.
Yep. Secret high technology bullshit that just makes me feel anxious all the time. Because I feel whatever any Zelda 2 randomizer player is feeling, and that's always shit. Is the other guy ahead?
For reference, when it's 96 hits.
Yeah. And honestly, you gotta practice like this. Maybe that's egocentric of me to say I practice like this, so everyone should practice like this. And I'm not as good as Jacobus, I know that, and I don't think I'm as good as TAH at this point because he got really good pretty suddenly a few months ago. But you gotta do practice like this because this is gonna happen. Unless you're just gonna play like one randomizer race and that's the end of it. You're gonna come across a Thunderbird that you're at a low level for.
What's up?
So this is actually one of my save states, basically like an attack one Thunderbird. Although, of course, that's not my clip, that's your clip. I'm just saying, I agree with your clip. That's what I'm saying.
I think it is. I agree with your point that practicing like this is important. In the sense that if you're prepared for a situation that is far worse than anything you're going to encounter in a seed, you'll shoot. I'm distracted. There's like an echo.
Oh, that's because I don't know if this is why, but Jackmus is in chat, so I suppose Jackmus is forfeited. Is that's got to be the case? And I totally
I've had
understand.
enough.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Hey, Jackmus.
Yeah, no, that room that I game overed in, I've lost count how many times. Probably over 10 at this point. Like, it's just not possible to get through, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
it's
understandable.
a tough one.
I mean, maybe if I had 5 heart containers and some gigantic amount of luck or enough to cast Thunder like 8 times and kill the Blue Bird Knight, but no.
Well, actually, now that you mention it, TH did find all 4 heart containers, so he has and he found Magos worth 500 points each. That were from none of that. He's
None of that happened. Why was I believing you? I was here too. No, that didn't happen.
But we didn't see any Magos in this whole race, so it's somewhat believable why for a second.
Yeah. No, I felt like it was going good until that Great Palace. Like, every room in there is a death trap, plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
Like, give me the full heart containers, max stats, and some of those rooms are just death traps. Like, you need to use fairy, like, I think in like 2 different rooms to not just be punted into the lava repeatedly. It was just a mess. I had enough game overs. So, yeah.
Something that came up earlier in the seed, and I feel like is what makes seeds like this particularly difficult. It's not necessarily the low life, it's the trap of it. Like, it's one thing to have the Bluebird Knight to deal with, but then it was the bubble as much as the Bluebird Knight that was giving you trouble.
The bubble was the problem. Whoever designed that slightly custom room there put that spawn in the wrong spot. It just bounces around in an unhittable, unavoidable place. Like, you could hit it once with upstab, but that's going to punt you below, and by the time you go back up there, it'll start moving again, or the Bluebird will kill you. Or that room should be deleted, honestly.
Well, it can be even worse when you're approaching it from the other side, and you don't have the resources to get through the upstab or whatever. Super frustrating.
I mean, that's just leave Great Palace, find upstab, and come back.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, going down the stairs and running through the open space is easy, but when you're being chased by like a bird knight and you have a bubble that's bouncing off the walls incorrectly, it's just like, No, I game over in that room like 8 times or something. It's just, I mean, I want to still be in the tournament, but you know, I asked TAH, do you want to just re-roll this like an hour and 20 in? Because it was like, I really, really don't want to play this Great Palace anymore. But he was like, nah, we can't do it. It's been after 30 minutes, so
Yeah.
you know what?
Yeah.
He can just go right on ahead, and if he actually finishes this before he gets tired and forfeits, then he can move on. That's what I'm gonna say.
There. Well, I think that might be what it has to be, right? Like he's gotta finish the seed.
Yep.
Or a rematch.
Now, actually, right before you came in here, right before the last time you game over, TH managed to make it past that room once. It was his first time past that room, and he actually managed to get past there with a total of 3 lives when he made it to the other side. So he had, and Thunderbird was 2 rooms past that, so he tried.
Yeah, so force Thunderbird after all that too. Yeah. If I could
there's
actually
still
make it,
left option.
if I could have actually made it to Thunderbird, I wouldn't have had any problem beating it. But if I game over after that, I still have to go through all that gauntlet of stuff again. And you know, we didn't see a single room where you could actually make a decision about where to go. It was just like this 14-room long gauntlet of death traps.
So I think
it was like playing a Kaizo Zelda 2 or something. It was really unpleasant.
Yeah. I think that's where there's still some room here, because I feel like unless Alan does some grinding, that Thunderbird is unlikely for him at attack 3. We have more paths to check that he hasn't explored. Thunderbird might not be required.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a left option. He noped out of a right option. I don't know if you recognize that as a dead end, because I didn't.
I think there was still room to explore there.
Anyway, I'll leave you to it, and I mean,
good hustle though. That was
let's cheer on the old Alan Heffley there. Hopefully he can get her done, but you know, if he gets cranky like me in a half hour or whatever and says, you know, F this noise, we'll play a rematch. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go Bruins!
Of course. You know, but you don't get much information about the other players when you're in a race. And by much, I mean, like, some people would say you don't get any, but in a way you do. You can tell when someone has finished, or if they finished, and, you know, if they forfeited. In a one-on-one race, it's not super useful most of the time, but since Jacquemus has just forfeited, TH doesn't have this pressure that he seems to think he does. He could leave, go back to that perfect grind spot, just spend 5 minutes there.
Oh, good lord.
Just come back with like 3 higher attack, you know, 2 higher or 3 higher magic.
It's true. It's true. And that would be so much more efficient. It really would be so much faster. With that nope out. Oh, that was a time to make a decision. The decision is to go back in. Wow. Yeah, this is a brutal seed for sure.
Could check P1 for a heart container. That'd be going too far, I think, because there's so many places where a heart container could be, and you don't want to check them all.
Yeah, I don't think that's I think you're right. It's the grind out the attack levels. Make sure that you have the stats to be able to withstand some of those rooms. It can make a huge difference.
Is he gonna plunge to his death here? No, good.
Oh, wow. Standing stab represented.
For those who don't play a lot of Zelda 2, after you hit an enemy, they go into like a stun state and you can just walk through them. It's the same way in Zelda 1, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But there is the potential of knockback as well. Well, I guess that's true for most of these enemies too. The bubbles just freeze in place.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the ground-bound enemies, the bots and the Mews and Louders.
I'm trying to think of some that doesn't apply to, and, you know, considering it's Zelda 2, I'm sure there are exceptions, but I can't think of them right now. I could go through the bestiary in my head and try to figure that out, but yeah, God, when it takes 10 hits to kill a Mew, I think I think you want something better.
They are buffed in GP, the Mews, but still, yeah, that's pretty rough.
Spell wouldn't affect the focus, would it? So that doesn't really help.
No. Which sometimes is just tragic. I'm really hoping that when Alan comes around this time, he explores some of those other locations just to eliminate all doubt.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do Thunderbird with attack 3. I mean, if I failed 3 times at it, then I probably wouldn't want to do it. I think I'd give it a shot though.
For sure.
I don't know. But if it's not working, you might as well go in a different direction. Yeah, Jackamus mentioning the... I agree, and I've said this a couple times. Someone put in that block room that normally has a KOP bag in it. And it's the block room that appears in like Palace 3 and 6.
Oh yeah, the Minecraft room.
Yeah, and someone made a room exactly like that, except it's got 2 exits. That's kind of rude, don't you think? Like,
it's not my favorite. It's just, normally it's a dead end, but I actually have to take it seriously.
Yeah.
And the chances of it actually being that room are, I don't know, 1 in 4. It feels like more often than not it's just the dead end. But every now and then you got to go through.
Yeah. That's I hate to say this to someone who made a custom room and submitted it, but I mean, all they did was change one variable, so I guess I don't feel bad.
Yeah. I don't know if I would have called that room a labor of love,
Boop, and done. Some of them absolutely need to be vetoed out of the rando entirely. I think most of them are pretty good. I don't know. I haven't seen all the random rooms, all the custom rooms yet.
I think Jackamus is just saying that because he ended up on the wrong end of the item room earlier.
That was a good one. I'm sorry, we got a kick out of that Jackamus when
well, especially because when Alan first saw that room, he saw it from the entrance to the item instead of from the side.
And that's about the same time you were deciding to face off against the boss, or maybe a little bit after. Because I mean, it was a pretty long boss fight.
Dang, last life.
And he's casting shield here. Oh god, he's being forced out. Yeah. So he's got to get more magic if he wants to cast shield on Thunderbird. Actually, it doesn't matter because his life's already been depleted.
This is a good pattern, but that's not good. Don't get hit. Get across. Good. Get across. Okay, good. Made it through.
And he just barely has enough magic to cast thunder. Wow, with like 5 left.
Go left. Just see.
Maybe he really didn't eliminate the right path. Oh, it's one of these. No wonder. But it's just a Mew.
Oh, but there's that one. So this is tricky.
I mean, if you're not doing Thunderbird, you might as well cast Shield. But it's not going to matter. It's going to kill you one hit, right? So.
Yeah. So it's the play here is to survive one way or another.
Thunder is probably the right call.
Can't believe it's another one of these rooms, too.
This room's a
Dark Link right down the elevator. Here it is.
It could happen.
Nope.
Well, he's hoping. Oh, it's a theater room. These ones can be a pain, but
They really can. And
yeah,
there it is.
God,
There it is.
big game over
Yikes.
here. Yep. Okay, checking left next time. That's what I'd be doing. Unless he gets there with a couple lives. But that's exploration. That's actually progress. We haven't had progress in a while, have we? Objective survive is right, TNT. What? Sorry, just reading random things in chat that Chroma put in.
Alright. Let's see.
Go grind, TH. I know TH is feeling good since he got past that block again, but that's the second time he's done it in about half an hour. So, I don't know. I still think grinding that out for 5 minutes or 6 minutes or whatever.
I absolutely agree. I mean, it's one thing if you're really knocking on the door of being able to get through the seed.
Guy on left has 2 hearts. Yep. Guy on right had 2 hearts also. And
Sure did. And really with the same results.
yeah. And they actually started with 1 heart, by the way.
Jackamus got in at 53. I think TAH 57 is probably about right. He wasn't too far behind.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a few minutes.
Oh, what are you doing, TAH? That 10 XP is not going to matter. Maybe he's hoping for a life drop? We haven't seen any of those. Or maybe a red jar? Those red jars actually do drop from small enemies in this seed, don't they? Yeah, we've seen it happen multiple times.
And those Mews will drop them. Oh, had a good jackhammer opportunity there.
Oh, true. I don't think at attack 3 it would have mattered, though.
You can get him pretty well pinned.
But I mean, can you get off? Can you get off like 10 hits before you get hit?
Maybe.
I mean, I think a task can do it, but this is TAH, not TAS.
Hey.
No, this is bad. Okay, well,
the puns are like on point tonight.
Thank you.
I am enjoying that.
You can count on me to make you sigh in disappointment.
Everybody else groans, and I just giggle like an idiot.
Zanitsu is new here. Say hello. Awesome.
Hi, Zanitsu.
Glad to have you here. It's kind of cool. You're coming in and seeing Zelda 2 Randomizer as one of your first Zelda speedruns viewings. A lot of people will pick up A Link to the Past Randomizer, Ocarina of Time Randomizer instead. But yeah, Zelda 2 is where it's at, man.
Zelda 2 is a unique Zelda and a very cool randomizer that has few enough things that you can focus on these core mechanics and see lots of variety in them. I like it a lot. It is hard.
This seed is hard. You can set it up to be real easy. Did TH freeze for everyone else? Or?
It looks like it. I just double checked on his channel. It's pretty well frozen up there too.
Maybe he ran out of bits. I don't know. Oh, hold on. We got something in chat from Lost. This is what THS... Let's see. Oh, that was from a while ago. Sorry.
Okay, so
Maybe.
Yeah, sounds like it just doesn't have a consistent bit rate.
Yeah. Maybe, instead of 60 frames per second, 1 frame every 60 seconds. I haven't seen. Yeah, I think it's totally dropped. Thanks, Trev. Oh yeah, you can hear him. Sorry, usually when I'm commentating,
Casting spells. Got beam sword.
He's breaking bricks.
He is
Slowly.
breaking bricks.
This must be the emoji room.
Yeah, I wonder if he's to that spot where he's farming the jar.
Oh, he's back. Yeah, emoji room. Oh god, what happened? Get out of there, buddy.
Oh, nice, nice. He's got him pinned.
That's pretty sweet. Now he's gonna die to the bot.
Too much at stake for that.
I think the emojis should drop blue jars from their eyes, so it looks like they're crying.
That's ingenious.
Ouch.
You can make that a dripper. Like, edit the room and make it a dripper.
That's even better. Oh my god. We're doing that. It's got to be a sad face though, so it can be a slightly different room.
Yeah. Okay, so if that doesn't make it in the next room jam or whatever event, I'm going to be very disappointed.
But you know who's not crying? Yeah, Alan Heffley made it past here again, third time, and pretty smoothly. He's got this one. He's got this room down pretty well.
Left. Check left, please.
He's got a few lives. Yeah, I would check left because down you're gonna go through all your lives. No, don't. No, not this way. No, it's hard. This way's hard.
It's
go
too
the
hard.
easy way. Oh, okay.
All right, here we go. Here we go. This would be incredible.
I mean, it's possible, right?
Absolutely,
40
it's
hits.
possible. But I will say that it's unless this is something that you practice regularly, it's not very likely.
Yeah, and for those who are not familiar with Zelda 2 at all, or who've only played it a couple times, when you get Thunderbird down to about 3 or 4 hit points, 3, right?
It's 4, so it's basically the halfway point.
Yeah, he doubles his, or he vastly increases his fire rate with these fireballs. He's doing okay. He's got like 10 down, or 12
It's
now,
a good
something.
start, and what I like seeing here is that there isn't like a ton of focus on aggression so much as survival,
Mhm.
because that's how you make it through on the low levels.
Good. Yeah, nice. It's gonna be a dead end after this. Ooh, that was close, but good reaction from the Uneffly, because it seems easy to see these fireballs coming, but it's not quite as easy as it looks. Because the way they sort of flash when you're hitting Thunderbird, because all the sprites on the screen flash at various points, it can be like they can just slip by your attention for a fraction of a second. And now we see the increased fire rate. He's past the halfway point. Just survive. Oh, good survival. No. Ah!
That's all it takes. I'm sorry, I didn't see the life count. Do we
He's
have
got
any?
two.
Oh no, this is it. This is it. Oh jeez.
He does have a slightly better chance this time, but you know what? If he had some better levels, he would have won in that last attempt. He would have already won, because he hit that sucker probably 55 times. Oh, sorry, not 55. Probably 30, 34 times or so. He can take an extra bop with this shield spell, which is pretty amazing. That life 5 allows him to do that. I think if Jackamus got here with his life 4, he would not have been quite as lucky.
Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, it was. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Reflect instead of shield.
Every time. For me, every time.
Because I think he could afford it. So for those who
There's-
don't know, yeah.
Such a narrow window of how those fireballs can hit you when you have reflect on, and then the shield being there as well. Like, I feel like it makes a much bigger difference.
Yeah. So he's got about, I don't know, 24 magic right now. Or 25, I think. So without the shield, which is, oh god, get safely, no.
Oh, yes. Usually if you get hit once, you're gonna get hit again in that phase. Because the knockback does so much to take you out of your ability to get a rhythm going.
Yeah.
Are we
Having
reassessing? Are we gonna...
Having shield up would have helped. Sorry, having reflect up would have helped that.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
Going back
even
to the
Trails
end,
is saying to grind it out, and Trails
Grind.
is the guy who's normally like, yeah, I could do it at attack 1. Attack 1 heart, no problem.
This is a good good example of the sunk cost fallacy. We've invested a lot into getting through this in the conditions we're under and feeling like, well, I've seen it through this far, I should probably just let it pay off here. When really, you might be better off just cutting the losses with this one. No shame. Going out there, getting another attack level.
He's seen
Or
the screen.
3.
Yeah.
When you already know that your opponent is forfeited, there's nothing to lose in that case. If it is something where you feel like your opponent is right on your heels, that's a pretty big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 32 hit Thunderbird would be significantly easier than a 48.
Yeah, he would have already won. Because he got him down to maybe he wouldn't have won. It would have been close though. Sorry. But yeah, sunk cost fallacy is a perfect analysis of this situation. Because, I don't know, you're like, oh, well, I've gone this far, and I just need to do this a little bit differently next time, but it's never, it's never going to be as perfect as you want it to be. So just investing a little bit
get
of
there
time.
eventually, sure. Like every time you do it is another toss of the dice, basically. As much as you'd like to believe that it's all in your control, a lot of it really is just what kind of pattern are you going to get, and based on your experience, how are you equipped to handle that?
TH kind of freaking out right now. I don't blame him. Yeah, those jumps he wasn't seriously trying to make. Now he's trying to make them.
There's really two ways to approach that. If you go from 3 blocks away and jump like solidly on the block, you can get up there pretty smoothly. But there's not a ton of wiggle room for that in that room where you've got the ceiling. And the other way is to just have enough momentum and be closer to the brick so that you kind of bop it sideways going up, and you'll appear on top sometimes. Like there's a pixel or something that it tends to work better on. pretty hard to do consistently.
Killenwood's kind of bringing up a good point. At attack 3, you'll get all the patterns because it's going to take you so long to kill everything.
Exactly, and that's I think why the attention to survival and not insisting on the pendulum pattern being preserved, like that's less important than responding to the fireballs and staying alive. And you see all the patterns.
I mean, like at attack 3, it might as well be infinity hits to kill Thunderbird. I'm maybe exaggerating a little bit. Okay, he's gonna just take the risk here, and he can try that a few more times. All the potential jar drops in GP are also potential Foca drops. It's not like you can memorize which ones are which or whatever. Actually, I think he should have kept trying that. But it's a 50-50 shot at a Foca in the face or a red jar. He might not have been able to cast Jump. I think Jump's fairly cheap at Magic 4. But I could be wrong about that.
At some point it was in the 30s. But I don't know if that was on 3 or 4.
Are you thinking about experience yet, now that you're up to 300, which is probably the highest you've ever had so far? Are you? Are you, TAH? He'll level up if he kills Thunderbird, maybe.
Yeah? I
Usually
think
1,000, right?
that's about guaranteed.
Does Thunderbird doesn't Thunderbird does randomize the experience, right? But
I don't think so, actually. I think it is 1,000 every time.
okay. What would have been kind of cool is if that red jar could be closer to the edge of the screen.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that was perfect. Yeah.
Really smooth movement. 1,705. Oh, okay. Okay, so it does.
If the red jar was closer to the edge of the screen, like if the Mew had dropped it, then TAH could have gone, collected the jar, and then gone to the next screen with it still refilling, and then cast Fairy to make things a lot easier. And then his magic would have still kept on going up. This doesn't look good. But he's being practical.
Kylan, another interpretation of why Jackamus quit is that Jackamus entered GP at 53 minutes, and Alan was not far behind, and we are approaching an hour and 53 minutes. So that is an hour in this GP.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, after a certain point, that gets pretty frustrating. That wears on you.
Yeah.
I get it.
And even more than just playing, when you're in a competition, I mean, he's sort of not in a competition right now, but he still has to win to actually claim a victory here.
Yeah.
But when you're, being viewed by people, you're in a competition. It's all the more, taxing on your system to keep playing like this. He makes it past again. That's the 4th time.
A lot of stress, a lot of mental energy going into it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about going right. I would go left because we've seen quite a few screens to the right.
Just to check. Yeah, Trails, this isn't the first time we've seen him attempt going right down here.
He didn't make it all the way to the end, but he did make it like 5 screens in.
He made it past this guy, and oh geez, he could have cast Thunder there.
Yeah.
Beats a death.
Yeah, it's just like in a shoot 'em up like 1943 or something, you don't want to save your bombs and die with the bombs and then lose them all. Same thing here. Well, he made it past, and he can cast life.
Starfall, whenever I see 0 gems in a seed I'm playing, I groan a little bit. I do find it like maddening. Because there's like this immediate pressure, like I'm gonna go fast. I'm gonna get through this.
If Darklink is past here, yeah, that is a good choice because these bullets with a low floor are very difficult to avoid, and it's L7, so you can't go any further. So you should have gone left.
Ooh, this is the setup. This is it. You can do it. I've got a really good setup for this.
He can't anymore because he's just going to die if he gets hit. And if it turns out that Thunderbird was required, technically that would invalidate his run. Wouldn't it? Like, that's the only rule. Can't skip Thunderbird. Can't skip Thunderbird if it's actually required.
Huh.
So, I mean, that would be unfortunate. I think in this situation people would just give him the win because, like, who really wants to go back and check that? And his opponent did forfeit. I think everyone would just give him the win. But I mean, if someone was being pedantic and wanted to get him on a technicality, I think that is pretty much the only rule in Rando. For those who don't watch a lot of Zelda 2 Rando in chat, there are some crazy-ass bugs you can do in Zelda 2. And technically, they're allowed in Zelda 2 Randomizer. It's just, without having knowledge of exactly how the game is laid out, you can't necessarily do all the bugs with any measure of success.
I think some of them are not allowed, though. Like, you can't do a healer glitch.
No.
Or I'm assuming HUD ferrying is not allowed.
Oh, I thought they might be, but just it's so impractical to do that in a randomizer race that nobody really does.
I seem to remember there being something about it.
Oh, Trails also has some memories about it. I guess TH would be the person to ask, but I think he's a little busy right now. Oh, nice! He got the Jackamus red jar drop there. A 7-8 time. What he's trying to do is build up his skill counter on the small enemies, so that he can get more drops. Since it seems like the red jar is at least in 2 of the item positions, but yeah, I think he should go outside and level up too. At the end of the day, we both want the same thing.
As long as we're this deep, though, chat has spoken. We have spoken. I want to see what's to the left. Show me what's to the left, Alan Halfley.
Yeah, I want to see the left. He made it past the hard part. Oh no, actually there's another hard part. Never mind. Don't die to the Mew. I don't know. I kind of wish there was a way you could, like, break a brick. Like, I kind of wish TH could, like, do a Donatello thing and break that brick below and then trick the Foca into following, but that's a silly thing.
It would be possible, I'm sure, but as risky as anything else.
Look at his magic already. He can't even take on Thunderbird at this point.
So you got to go left. I mean, that's the message there.
Yeah. What?
Oh, yeah, I got it to clip through. Woo!
Is that what happened last time?
I think he did do that last time, didn't he? Because the bird did end up over there.
That's pretty cool. Nice. Now there's the hard room. The other hard room. Oh god. Go away. Should have done a stibbity stab to push him back a little bit, and then got under him. Cast life, please.
Go,
You're not taking on Thunderbird.
Oh no!
Still has a few lives, I guess. He's trying, Desi. He's trying. Thing is, even if you... Oh, okay. Yeah. No.
And we're at the 2-hour mark. With that, I'm gonna take a break for about 1 minute, and I'll be right back for more Max Rando standard fare. No, this isn't at all standard. This is the essence of what Max Rando is, but it is not what we deal with regularly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't get the wrong impression. It's not usually like this, guys.
But it can be like this, and that's what it's about. Alright, I'll be right back.
And keep in mind, everyone got suffering percent. That's nice. Keep in mind, everyone, that there actually is a smarter way to do this, and we've been yelling it at TH through the screen, but he doesn't seem to hear us. Probably has his music turned up too loud.
Level!
Yes, exactly.
Just do the thing!
I mean, it feels like it's going to take forever, but he spent like 50% longer in... No, he spent about as long in GP as out of GP. So I think a little grinding is not going to... Relatively speaking, TH, not going to be that big of a deal. Exactly, Star. Yeah. Star and Pirate in agreement here. In agreement with me, in agreement with Chrome. Yeah, I've done that as well. Clanless. You know, you feel so good about getting to a high level and just beating the snot out of stuff. And when I started playing Randomizer, I kind of played the same way as I played Vanilla. Because, I mean, you're gonna do that the first time you play a Randomizer, right? You're not into racing as soon as you start that. But, yeah, eventually... You know, if you play a couple seeds, you're like, well, I guess I don't have to get, you know, the fire spell if it's not linked to anything. Well, I guess I don't need to get the cross. And then eventually you're like, well, I saved a lot of time doing that, and I kind of want to catch up to these other racers. So, yeah, maybe I'll skip containers and spells and stuff like that. And then you're racing. I had no intention of racing until I, you know, actually started doing it. They were like, hey, we could use a few more people racing. I was like, well, as long as you don't expect a lot from me.
That's probably a better way of approaching it than I did, which is like, oh, I've never played Zelda 2 Randomizer. I guess I'll sign up for this tournament. And then, like, be on a restream and take over 2 hours because I just don't understand how the game works and I'm lost.
Is that how your introduction was?
That's how it was, and I remember Freako was on the comms with Star, and yeah, they roasted me hard. it was a good way to get into it. Because then awesome. I had the motivation, though. You know, like that was it was fun though.
Yeah, hoping to see Frico back sometime. I talked to him a little bit on Discord.
Yeah.
He's a fun dude.
Yeah, he had the charisma for these kind of events.
Mm-hmm.
Clanless Elvarg beating the game vanilla for the first time is a wonderful accomplishment, something I am very passionate about. Congratulations on that achievement.
Yeah. Sometimes I just go into like Twitch and try to find people playing Zelda 2 for the first time, and just wait until like they're like desperate for help, and I'll be like, "Do you want a little tiny piece of advice?"
I feel like it's there's a lot of people trying it out for the first time these days. Like I don't know, it's in the air. The aesthetic preferences are shifting or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I just haven't been as aware of it. A lot of people doing like playthroughs of the whole series or something and going through it. But I feel like there's good interest for the game in general right now.
I know this is old hat, but I was so happy when retro games started coming back in style. Because I know, when I was a kid, I wanted all the graphics and the super bits and all that sort of stuff. But there really is something charming and precise, which you don't normally put together, charming and precise, about just old school freaking pixel art,
Yep. I appreciate the limitation as an impulse for creativity.
Yeah.
You can only use this, make something amazing.
Exactly. Restrictions are more often than not going to do more for your creativity than anything else. Like if you have a blank canvas, the possibilities are endless, and you kind of get stuck.
Yeah, how do you even start?
Mm-hmm. But when people tell you, well, you got a canvas, but you can only use the top left of the canvas, and the top left of the canvas already has like half a painting on it or something, or like the first couple sketches, the first couple lines of something.
Yeah. And use these 3 colors.
Yeah. And that's where creativity comes from. That's kind of why I don't know. People are going to think this is stupid or silly, but I kind of want to... Oh, he's alt-tabbing. I can hear it in his... he's definitely playing on a cartridge, I mean. Okay, yeah. So
that works too.
When he finished alt-tabbing from his cartridge, well, I hope it works. Does he have any gas left in the tank after this? Top loader confirmed. I do some pixel art sometimes. Chroma, you're probably a little bit aware of that. I've been wanting to work with someone I know on a Virtual Boy game, and part of the reason for that is just because it's so limited. Not only is it monochrome, but it's red, so you have to think about how you're going to use that.
Yeah, that's intense.
Yeah. So one day I'll actually get off my butt, or I'll be on my butt when I work on it, but I mean, like...
Dude, just constantly, all day, every day. In front of the computer, working on work and working on fun and not working. It's all right here.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd be the perfect candidate to go to Mars, because people are like, could you really stay in a space, like a tiny spaceship for 6 months? I'm like, yes, give me my backlog of video games.
That's true. Like, you're not like making precise steering adjustments all day.
I'll start with Eternal Darkness, and then... Because that's the first game that I put on my backlog. The first game that I bought and did not play.
I have no culture. I don't know what that is.
Eternal Darkness. It was a GameCube game that was like it was a survival horror game, but it broke the fourth wall a lot. It was like the first survival horror game to really do that, I think. So like, you're not going to play it. I'm assuming so.
I'm not going to.
The game will like.
Ooh, Lovecraftian.
Yeah, it is Lovecraftian, and like the game will tell you like, oh, your save file was corrupted. Like you're just like walking along and like it'll look like it turned off, and then you press like the GameCube power button and it turns back on. And it's like your save file's corrupted and it's been deleted. That's part of the game though.
Whoa, that's intense.
Yeah, I don't know how many tricks like that they can do, but
I'll be right back again.
someone's making tea. There was going to be a Eternal Darkness 2. It was on Kickstarter for a while. Actually, it was on Kickstarter twice, but it failed both times, unfortunately. Nice, 7. Don't get hit, TH. Come on, it's just a mute, buddy. Yeah, they probably need it. Or TH probably needs it. Jackamus is relaxing right now. Think about how much more you could do if your spells were a little cheaper, TH. Think about it. Running itself? I don't know, me and Jackamus are... Sorry. Me and Chroma... I just looked at the screen and saw Jackamus's name. Me and Chroma are... we're coming up with as much as we can to fill 2 hours.
I am on beer number 2. And gotten to the point where we just brought up H.P. Lovecraft there, and I would like to give for you a reading.
Ooh. Are you a Lovecraft fan, or in as much?
You were kidding.
Oh God!
I'm a mild Lovecraft fan here, so we're gonna. This is a short story / poem thing. It's short, I promise. Bear with me.
I'm bearing.
It's called Ex Oblivione.
Okay.
And it's okay. Here we go. When the last days were upon me and the ugly trifles of existence began to drive me to madness, like the small drops of water that torturers let fall ceaselessly upon one spot of their victim's body, I loved the irradiate refuge of sleep. In my dreams, I found a little of the beauty I had vainly sought in life, and wandered through old gardens and enchanted woods. Once, when the wind was soft and scented, I heard the south calling, and sailed endlessly and languorously under strange stars. Once, when the gentle rain fell, I glided in a barge down a sunless stream under the earth till I reached another world of purple twilight, iridescent arbors, and undying roses. And once I walked through a golden valley that led to shadowy groves and ruins, and ended in a mighty wall green with antique vines and pierced by a little gate of bronze. Many times I walked through that valley, and longer would I pause in the spectral half-light, where the giant trees squirmed and twisted grotesquely, and the grey ground stretched damply from trunk to trunk, sometimes disclosing the mold-stained stones of buried temples. And always the goal of my fancies was the mighty vine-growth wall with the little gate of bronze therein. After a while, as the days of waking became less and less bearable from their greyness and sameness, I would often drift in opiate peace through the valley and the shadowy groves and wonder how I might seize them for my eternal dwelling place, so that I need no more crawl back to a dull world, stripped of interest and new colors. And as I looked upon the little gate in the mighty wall, I felt that beyond it lay a dream country from which, once it was entered, there would be no return. So each night in sleep I strove to find the hidden latch of the gate in the ivied antique wall, though it was exceedingly well hidden, and I would tell myself that the realm beyond the wall was not more lasting merely, but more lovely and radiant as well. Then one night in the dream city of Zakarian I found a yellowed papyrus filled with the thoughts of dream sages who dwelt of old in that city, and who were too wise ever to be born in the waking world. Therein were written many things concerning the world of dream, and among them was lore of a golden valley, and a sacred grove with temples, and a high wall pierced by a little bronze gate. When I saw this lore, I knew that it touched on the scenes I had haunted, and I therefore read long in the yellowed papyrus. Some of the dream sages wrote gorgeously of the wonders beyond the irrepassable gate, but others told of horror and disappointment. I knew not which to believe, yet longed more and more to cross forever into the unknown land, for doubt and secrecy are the lure of lures, and no new horror can be more terrible than the daily torture of the commonplace. So when I learned of the drug which would unlock the gate and drive me through, and in this case it's leveling, that's where I'm taking this. I resolved to take it when next I awaked. Last night I swallowed the drug and floated dreamily into the golden valley and the shadowy groves, and when I came this time to the antique wall, I saw that the small gate of bronze was ajar. From beyond came a glow that weirdly lit the giant twisted trees and the tops of the buried temples, and I drifted on songfully, expectant of the glories of the land from whence I should never return. But as the gate swung wider and the sorcery of drug and dream pushed me through, I knew that all sights and glories were at an end, for in that new realm was neither land nor sea, but only the white void of unpeopled and illimitable space. So happier than I had ever dared hope to be, I dissolved again into that native infinity of crystal oblivion from which the demon life had called me for one brief and desolate hour. That is my tribute to this seed.
That was great. Now I have to tell you, I know that's Lovecraft and all that, and it was like Lovecraftian, but I was laughing almost the whole time because I knew this is what Alan's going through right now. And I also knew what also made it funny. I was kind of going back and forth between these things. I knew that even if it was 2 or 3 pages long, you would still get through the whole thing before D.H. Metron was here.
Oh, man. It looked like that last life he had a pretty decent shot on it, though.
Yeah, he was doing okay. No, but honestly, that was really good. If you wrote that,
H.P. Lovecraft, yeah.
I thought you were saying it was okay. Cool.
No, H.P. Lovecraft.
You got a good reading voice, though.
Well, thanks. I try.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest War and Peace earlier.
My mom watched a lot of British television. I don't know.
If we're doing a little bit of Lovecraft dive, I want to tell you guys a little secret I've got, because I haven't done D&D in a long time, but in D&D there's a sort of realm that's very Lovecraftian called the Far Realm, and I've got a little secret that I'm going to unleash on my players. I'm going to use non-Euclidean geometry.
No.
Now
it all ties back to the randomizer. It all ties back.
Yes. You might be wondering, how can you do that? It's not real geometry. But I was watching a video preview of a game called Hyperbolica, which is a game that is rendered in hyperbolic 3 dimensions. And it's really crazy. And he was explaining his stuff. But basically, you can like take little squares of paper or fabric or whatever, and instead of gluing them edge to edge like normal and making them flat, if you glue them or tape them together in such a way that you have 3 or 5 or 6 or 7 corners together, then you get a flat space that's curved, and you can like do this at random. So that's gonna fuck with him.
What?
Yeah.
I'd be very curious to see how that's actually executed in game.
It's gonna be fun.
How it gets taken.
I just hope it confuses the heck out of them. That's if they ever decide to go into the Far Realm, which I actually think they probably will, knowing some of the characters.
That's the thing with D&D, man. The as a DM, you can have all kinds of ideas about what people are going to do, and then they surprise you, and
Yep.
do things like ask if the frogs are gay, and if they are gay, can I seduce them? And there's maybe that's just me, but there's just a lot of seduction in the D&D campaigns I'm involved in.
Wow.
But I was a bard, to be fair. Sorry, now I am just off topic.
Yeah, only one seduction in my D&D campaign so far. The one that I'm running. And unfortunately for that person, they can't hear me because they don't watch this. Yeah, they kind of left an area with a monster that was in disguise. And they kind of left the townspeople in charge. They kind of left that monster unknowingly in charge of those townspeople. And now they're going into an area with compressed time. So they come back a day or two later, and a few years will have passed. So
I like that.
Yeah, it's actually I think it's a fairly standard Feywild sort of thing, where strong emotions sort of make like an emotional black hole, and that slows time down. So the stronger an emotion is in an area, like the slower time moves there. 7-8 time. I know about time passing. Yes, you've all been stuck in TH's emotional black hole for about an hour and a half now.
The Star Trek TNG episode where Picard lives an entire life in the span of like a few minutes.
That's a real good one. And he keeps a flute for like the whole series, doesn't he? Like,
yeah.
It's funny because that episode wasn't really meant to be anything more than just a serialized episode or an episodic episode, and it came back quite a few times.
It'd be hard not to, just that's
Well,
a lot of experiences.
Yeah, you would think so, but I mean, like, so many times you see those kinds of like stories that should have a big effect on like a show, and it just doesn't. So it's nice that happened.
It probably still didn't have as much of an effect as it realistically would have.
Oh, Zero Wing pointing out that Dion Heffley was farming for red jars when he had died and gotten all of his resources back already.
That's where we're at. I'm anxious to see where the brain deterioration takes us next. Ooh, okay, so that's the way to get the Bluebird Knight to clip.
Yeah, I think that's something we've learned from this tragedy that is this seed. And Lufia pointing out that That's called The Inner Light. And it was a fan submission, I guess. So that's actually even cooler.
That's amazing.
That's another death for the Alan Heffley.
Yeah, I didn't grow up watching a ton of Star Trek, but like I gotta say that going through the Next Generation had like a profound effect on me.
Really?
Just good stuff.
Oh, Alan doing a great job with that Bicula there. And then
There's that
watching
pattern
the bubble.
that Jack was talking about, just bouncing around in all of the corners.
All
No
right, Star.
farm
See ya.
for
Have a good
Alan
one.
here.
Yeah, Alan is very anti-farm. I guess, I don't know. Maybe he
Newt
thinks it's
Star.
gold.
Newt Star.
Yeah, this is a bit of a disaster. Who rolled this? Pirate.
This might be Lost's crowning achievement.
This sure is special. I really hope Tal yells at me like Liam yelled at me the last time I rolled a dumpster fire. Star, you just said you were leaving, but if you're still here, throw that clip in chat.
Man, TAH, please go grind. Just for a few minutes, buddy.
Yeah, the most disappointing thing for me is going to be another T-Bird attempt. Like, I'll be duly impressed if there's a successful T-Bird attempt. Like, if that is the way that it ends up going down, like, I'll definitely be impressed for sure.
He probably thinks we dropped the stream. But we didn't, TH. And you're going to watch this whole stream and see what you put us here by not grinding. This will be your punishment.
See, I really was considering trying to find a way to dip out of this at some point, and now like I am fully invested in seeing this through, and I'm really excited about it.
Oh man. You know what? Butterfly effect and everything. If I had not shown up for this, you still would have gotten the same seed, because like I didn't get added to anything until like after the seed was rolled. So I don't know. I'm just really glad that I've got a COCOM for this, and you're probably pretty glad you've got a COCOM for this too.
Nightcrawler, I love you. I love you, and I appreciate this. This has been great.
Yeah, we reached the sunk cost fallacy quite a while ago. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is like a boring cost fallacy, a burrowing cost fallacy.
See, and now I'm in it too, where
We have to watch him finish.
I'm almost cheering for him not to grind to a degree. I want to see him succeed at this. Like just the determination, the absolute like attitude of never quit.
You know, if this seed were an ocean, okay, there would be 100 sunken lost pirate ships on the bottom of this sunk fallacy of an ocean. It would not be just one sunken ship. It would be a sunken armada. That's how I feel about this. All right. Yeah, TH said in chat, this seed has broken me. I think you guys have said that already. That was a while ago? No, actually, just a couple minutes ago. Oh god, no, it was a while ago. I'm losing it.
Okay. Did they check left here? Surely they did.
I
I
hope
think we
so.
saw Jack check left here. I think we did see that.
I really hope they have.
And it was a dead end. I remember. Oh wow, that feels like a totally different day. It was the winter solstice room with the curtains.
Maybe we got some Delta Rune bumping in chat. Oh yeah, that was you, Chroma.
That was me.
So, someone is filled with determination, and maybe they shouldn't be.
Grind, man, grind.
I kind of want to make a.
Yeah.
Should I make a Chara sprite? I don't know if that would work. TH is, I guess, going to the bathroom or something. Oh wait, hold on. He says he kind of wants to forfeit so bad. Lost telling him that we're in for the long haul.
Oh, I wish we could have a camera on the pep talk he's giving himself.
Yeah. I would love it if that Mew crawled all the way over here and like somehow killed him before knocking him off screen.
It's gonna happen! It's coming for him! It's gonna Dude, the other thing I just thought of is like these Ocarina of Time, like Wind Waker, like Skyward Sword randomizer people, they do this for so many more hours.
Yeah. How do they do it?
I just suspect it just must not feel like it's this long in the context of everything, you know?
But at the same time, like an Ocarina of Time and A Link to the Past and a lot of other randomizers, the geography doesn't change. Hardly anything changes. So, isn't that like Groundhog Day? I don't know. Maybe this is Groundhog Day. Could you imagine if like he got to the end of the stream and we were just back at the beginning? Hey, Shinjig Big.
I love that there are people who are just getting here. I love that. Just with no context for how did it come to this? That's been the meme of the week, apparently. Oh shit. Sorry, excuse my language. I just spilled some.
No. This is ZeldaSpeedRuns. You can use language. It's all good.
Yes, Trails, I agree. If Jacquemus is like gone to bed, he needs to be awoken. We need to do this.
Someone like toss
Race
a
to the
bucket of cold
death.
water on him.
Race to the death.
Last one to finish dies. Did you watch the last season? I shouldn't spoil the new season of Cobra Kai. Never mind. That's too bad. Can we abandon some rules and tell them to farm? I wish we could. Like, there's so many great suggestions in chat, like, let them use save states, or you know, go on his stream and tell him what to do. But
I bet if Jack went into the race room and told him what to do, that might be okay.
that might be legal. But at this point, Jack might actually have a vested interest in him, in like TH losing his mind, because that's the only way they can get a rematch at this point. So maybe Jack is going to try to make it worse if we send him in. Shindig, that's pretty good. If both players forfeit, the first player to forfeit should win.
Because they did finish first.
Yeah.
They did finish first.
Give them a hex editor. That's also one. I had this this great program that Lufia loves and she uses all the time, and she wants me to use it all the time, called Cheat-O-Matic. That is actually, I'm doing this specifically to piss her off. She showed me the program once, like 20 years ago, and I use it. I actually haven't used it in like 6 years, but it makes it easy for people like me to like do stuff like that. I don't think it would work. It'd be super obvious if you did it like in like a Zelda 2 randomizer. But anyway, I was just trying to piss her off. Sorry. Yeah.
Tag9 guy, the seed is bad, but there is no seed that is that bad. There are solutions to this. They are not solutions that are being considered and executed. There's a very good farming spot that would be very easy to go in and dip in and out of, because there's a palace right there. He could up A, cast Thunder on the encounters that are going to give him tons of experience. Would be easy, would be fast. But that's not the game we're playing tonight. The game we're playing tonight is complete this seed without exiting GP. And who cares how many game overs there are along the way, or how many times we hit our head against this wall. We are going to do it. Yes!
Oh my god!
Yes! 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 It happened! That's the other. Okay, that's the other thing we've been just like dying to have happen. Alan Heffley making the bold move of the night and going left when all conventional wisdom says to keep going, keep fighting Thunderbird. Keep fighting. No. Oh. But now we know.
It could be right still.
Now we know. It could be right. You might be right about that.
You know what's the worst? We've only seen like a third of GP. So if right is a dead end pretty soon after what they've seen, then there's a lot of GP after Thunderbird.
Oh, that's right. Trails with like actual memory and cognitive functioning. Yeah, right is the L7 dead end. We did see.
Oh yeah, we did see.
Thunderbird is required.
And that means that Darklink is not going to be immediately after Thunderbird, or even like it could be 2 rooms after Thunderbird, but it's probably half of the freaking palaces after Thunderbird, at least. So, please go grind. I like that Trails still has a few brain cells left, unlike us.
Trails is sharp. He keeps track of the seeds really well. That's why he's good. I mean, that and experience and skill and all that.
And running literally hundreds of races.
Yep.
This boy likes his Z2R. TH still is allowed to... No, he can't. Unless,
you sure?
Because now we know that Thunderbird's required, so you can't skip him.
All right. Are we going to see a grind? We just saw Alan take a risk and go left. Are we going to use the other strategy?
No, I just checked the race room.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, he could unforfeit, maybe.
Rip Alan Heffley. Oh. Oh.
They want their money back.
I feel sad. I really do feel sad.
Yeah, I wanted to see it.
He could have done it.
Even if it was 4 hours in or something.
Could have done it.
I mean, there's still more. There's still more Lovecraft we could read.
I'm done with that, and it looks like Alan is in the commentary room with us now. Alan,
Hey, buddy, you feeling okay?
No. I'm a broken, beaten man.
Well, I got a first
Alan.
aid kit over here somewhere.
We were in this with you 100%. Like 100. We were gonna see this through as long as you were gonna see it through. And I'm pretty sure we went through as many stages of mental
Grief.
gosh, just fatigue and grief and excitement and pain and
Yeah.
wow. What a seed.
So yeah, I'm hungry. I've got dinner waiting for me. I'm tired, and I'm frustrated. It's like, no, I can't. It's like I have to win. I have to at least beat the seed in order to win because Jack forfeited. So since it's a double forfeit, neither one of us win. So basically, Elendar gets a bye to whoever loses between Level Engine and Top Life. No.
Yeah, I was wondering if this means you both take a loss and someone gets a bye.
Yeah, that's exactly what this means.
It does make sense. We can't keep having rematches over and over.
No. It wouldn't be fair to. I don't think it would be fair to really anyone else, because it just would abuse the system. I guess, I don't know. I have to review it in later tournaments, but yeah, because this usually doesn't happen. This is kind of a rarity.
So we got a question in chat a second ago, and it's been a while. What was Firelink 2? What was Firelink 2?
I think Reflect.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, I tested it and nothing really happened to enemies, so I'm thinking it's Reflect, and my life didn't go up or anything. So
you wanna say what we were?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. At what point did you consider? Or I guess maybe a better question is, at what points did you consider grinding out some levels? And
probably about maybe the fourth or fifth game over, but I was like, I wanted to. I really wanted to. I didn't want to go all the way back through Death Valley again, but it probably would have been worth it. Anybody knows me. I have issues with games like Dragon Warrior, Randomizer, where you have to grind. You have to grind levels. You have no choice but to in order to beat the game. I hate that. That's why I never play that game anymore, and I just hate. I just hate the grind. I just rather try to bulldoze my way through it. I don't know.
I understand, and I kind of have a similar viewpoint in that I think that games that are not RPGs specifically, that require you to gain levels, I think that's a flaw in game design, and I know some of my friends kind of have that feeling too. So it should be possible to beat a game at level 1, unless it's an RPG.
Oh, it's possible.
Yeah.
This same thing. I mean, it's possible. Probable? No. My execution is just it's not great. So, like, someone with a higher caliber skill set would probably have a easier time with this. But yeah, that's not me right now. I'm too flustered. I'm too tired. I don't have the reflexes to do it right now.
Yeah, because we had an encounter screen that we liked, near Three-Eyed Rock that had 2 blue Lizalfos, an orange Lizalfos, and one of the Scorpions. And you could get them all on the screen pretty easily, and Thunder. Then go to Three-Eyed Rock, get a magic container, go back outside, do it again.
True.
We were kind of... We had a few things we were banking on. We were banking on left being, the chosen one, and we were banking on that grind spot. And of course, we wanted you to win, at attack 3.
I mean, I could do attack 3 Thunderbird. I have done attack 3 Thunderbird before. It's just taking I only have 2 hits, and I don't know. I think it's just fatigue that I usually do better Thunderbird fights than that. I don't know.
It's at the end of a pretty grueling gauntlet, getting down there to Thunderbird, and knowing kind of what's at stake. I'm gonna have to go through there again. That plays a role. Yeah. I think the biggest factor ultimately, and Jackamus quit out of this with attack level 5. Jackamus had trouble getting through the room with the blue Faka and the bubble because some of those bubble patterns were just absurd and made it really difficult to get through, and you experienced that as well. But I'm gonna give you some numbers real quick because
GP after this.
GP entrance. Well, no, not this kind of numbers.
Okay.
GP entrance was 53 minutes for Jack. You were a few minutes after that, and at 2:38:24, that puts a significantly longer amount of time in GP than out, and There was a shift in the commentary. I have to tell you about that in case you go back and watch or whatever. There was a shift when it was, please do this, Alan, to where we were completely on your side, or at least I can't speak for everybody. I was completely on your side. No, keep doing this. Don't level. Get this. Do it. I was pulling for you. I got in that mindset myself, and it made it so much more fun for me to watch because I felt like I was living the experience through you. I think that was the experience for a lot of the chat as well. It was entertaining. It was very entertaining.
Yeah, the chat had fun, and we got rated during GP. I think both you guys were still in at that point. But we did get rated by another 103. And
RPG Limit Break came in with 150. Ooh, nice. Yeah, a solid night of the worst that Zelda 2 Max Rando has to offer, and consequently some of the best that Zelda 2 Max Rando has to offer.
I'm so stuck with as many as they did. You guys are troopers too. Just almost as much of a trooper as Zeon Halfley, because you got to respect when someone tries for this long, this hard. That's not easy, and I was in your corner.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean, I did hit the streets after a little while, so that made it easier.
As fun as this has been, I think it's time for me to say goodnight at the very least.
No, I'm sticking by. I'm going to do it. I'm going to send me your save file. Oh, you didn't save, did you? And then we'll just watch me do this. 5 hours later.
Wait, Nightcrawler, we should race this seed.
But limit ourselves to those levels?
Never mind. Yeah, no. No thanks.
Okay.
Send Trails this seed. Come on.
He was in chat. He's in chat.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure he's already played through it.
He gets so much appreciation for this seed. That's he said it's like his dream seed or something.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
But
Well,
even he was like grind, and Trails.
Yeah. I knew I should have. I was like, no, one more time. No, one more. No, one more. No.
Oh,
Like,
but
I better quit before I break a controller.
yeah, Chroma. Sorry for interrupting you. I think you were getting out the door, and I kind of shut it back in your face a second.
not
Oh, sorry.
not necessarily. Just if there's more to talk about, there's more to talk about. But yeah, just we had Royale with Cheese doing tracking tonight, and while that was happening, they did a fantastic job, and we're on top of it when we were dividing our attention between the two and didn't catch everything.
Mm-hmm.
Star was hanging out for a long time, but Lost doing the restream was there supporting it, encouraging, awesome, and runners, dude. Jack, great job. Alan, great job. We're in the end, I do feel like we're all winners through this. And,
Somehow.
I appreciate it. It's honestly, it's been one of the best experiences I've had doing commentary on one of these. I had a great time, and I thought it was really fun to watch and be a part of.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch the VOD back now.
Oh, there's some good stuff in there.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm embarrassed.
No, it was great. It was great. You should do more of that next time we have a 2.5 hour scene.
Only when only when it's sincere. I'm not gonna force it.
Gotcha.
Only when the seed is truly Lovecraftian.
There you go. That's it. When the right literary reference applies.
What did you do?
You're just gonna have to watch the whole thing and find out.
If I have the energy tonight, I will be highlighting that. That is going to get saved for posterity, because it has to.
Oh no.
Wasn't
Now, I
anything
know-
bad. Wasn't anything bad.
There was a reading. That's all.
You're throwing words
Had
out like
story time.
Lovecraftian. I mean, come on. What do you...
Literally reading Lovecraft.
Oh,
If you're gonna clip
we had
something,
Lovecraft story time.
it's happening. It's happening. Awesome.
hey, Lost. If you could you also? I mean, compared to the total length of this seed, you might have to really zoom in on that scroll bar or something. But but when Alan went into the item room and he went into the correct side, and then Jackamus killed Barba and got into the wrong side of the.
Yeah,
of
you
the
guys
item room.
asked chat to click
Within,
that,
like,
and
a minute.
nobody did. Or if they
Aw,
did, they
boo.
didn't share it. So yeah,
Kept it to myself.
I should find that and clip it as well. But I want to highlight the story time for sure.
Oh, sorry. Technicalities. I don't. What's highlighting?
Highlighting saves it for permanence.
Perfect.
It will not
Love
be
it.
culled by Twitch.
You've made a mark on this channel, or some channel.
I credit Alan 100%. Or Lost for rolling the seed. It's a group effort.
I
Team
don't know
effort.
what demons I pissed off tonight.
It was the first seed you rolled. You had to make up for it.
No, I rolled the seed
It
for
was
the earlier
Chroma's-
race, and it was Jet.
Yeah, I know. You had to make up for it.
Ah,
it.
yes, karmic balance.
That was like one of the
other
first
one was
things I
too
said,
kind.
actually. It's like, because of the seed that happened earlier today, if justice is served, this one is something along those lines.
We were all, me especially, watching race chat to see if there were mercies. Because we could tell it was bullshit before y'all hit the 30-minute mark. But
Ask for a
neither of
mercy
you...
call like an hour and a half into it. Like an hour into it. It's like, no,
Yeah, no,
no, I can't do that.
chat was made aware of that.
I wanted to, but I wasn't in GP yet, so yeah. I was like, no, this is fine. This is fine.
Oh, Ellen, we had a question on rule technicalities, and
Yes.
you're kind of the guy for that. Is it a rule, or did I just hear this and mishear it? If Thunderbird is actually required, you can't L7 skip him?
Well, okay. If Thunderbird is required, which in these flags he's not, so we don't have to worry about this. Like in standard,
so flags, not actual the map layout.
exactly. Yes, Thunderbird is not required. Thunder is required in this seat, apparently. But yeah, killing Thunderbird is not required. So yeah, you can skip them all day long.
Okay.
But
I thought it was map layout, but if it's flags, that's cool.
Yeah, if the flag states that Thunderbird is required, Thunderbird must be killed, and then Dark Link. So yeah.
Okay, that helps. Thanks. All right.
Yeah, no, that whole Thunderbird required thing has always been confusing ever since we've done this tournament. I already know.
Well, it was actually somewhat relevant because one of the last, L7 skip was possible, but with 2 heart containers, it's not a lot of room for error.
No, and I've never done it before. I've never damage boost like that before. It's not in Zelda 2, no. So I was like,
if you're interested,
I'm going to die anyway. I really don't care.
A good setup.
Yeah, that's like the prime setup for it, I think, pretty much.
Yeah, you get you need the, what are they called? The raw head things. Yeah, you need those, but there's a pretty easy way to go through the room and set it up so that it's in a good position to boost off of, and there's some timing stuff that can be pretty predictable as long as you get that.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to make a clip of how I do that, as well as some of the other skips, like the MOA skip for Eco Key when that's needed. If there's the regular one too. I've been wanting to get one for the fast bubble also, but I haven't set that up yet. I think it'd be good to have some of those just available in the back pocket. Not like hugely important, but as like a detail, could potentially be a useful thing. Who knows?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm heading out. I gotta go. I gotta go bring some demons out, just kind of just get it all out there.
Scream into the void.
Gotta walk this one off.
Yeah. Well, good fight though. We all appreciate that level of commitment. But yeah, at some point you gotta take care of yourself. Yeah, self-care is important, everybody. Just letting everybody know that. Well, I appreciate you guys doing commentary, Lost doing the restreaming, and Royale doing the tracking. Y'all are rock stars for actually sticking around. I'm actually surprised. I was waiting to get raided, really.
There was like 200 people hanging out watching. We were having fun.
Oh man. Oh, watching my pain. Awesome.
Yep.
Well,
but yeah, thank you.
Not only my pain, but my computer's pain, because my computer is a piece of crap, to say the least, really.
Yeah, there was a good 2 minutes there where we were on a single frame.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, yeah, I also want to thank Royale and Lost for rolling this magnificent fast And I would
fully
like
expect to be shanked in my sleep.
And thank you, Chroma. If I had been doing this alone, I might have done something drastic.
I was doing it with you, and I did do something drastic. So
True.
There was alcohol to be had in the tech booth tonight.
yeah, I got to admit that was a factor. That was a factor.
Oh, there's alcohol getting ready to be happening. Trust me.
All legal adults in our respective territories.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Well-
You want to give them a schedule before the world gets eaten by an eldritch horror?
Well, there is 11 races on the schedule for tomorrow, so, I'm not gonna go through all of them. There's a lot. Basically, everything that has a race here on ZSR is having one tomorrow. But the big highlights for the Zelda 2 Rando peeps is at 2 p.m. for most time zones later today. We have another Zelda 2 Max Rando tournament. We've got Winners Bracket, Round 1, level, or part, not, what am, I can't words, it's too late. I need to go to bed apparently. Winners Bracket
Words
Round
are hard.
3, Level Engine versus Top Life, again at 2 p.m. Eastern, and then late on the night at 10 p.m. Eastern. We'll have the Zelda 2 Randomizer weekly race, and they'll probably roll more Max Rando, because everybody's been wanting to do that in the weeklies, but who knows, it might be something different.
I'll be there for the.
Yeah, me too. Get in there.
Everybody get in the race. It is the weekly race. Everybody is welcome. All skill levels. You might need to, follow the example of our racers today and forfeit if it turns out to be too much of a beast, but get in there and try.
Yeah.
With that, it's 10:30 at night where I'm at, and a lot later basically everywhere else, so I think it's about time to call it a night, y'all. Chat, thank you so much for hanging out. Jackamus and the Alan Heffley for putting on an entertaining race for us, if nothing else. And Chroma and Nightcrawler for being able to keep talking through all this nonsense. And of course, Royale with Cheese for clicking the buttons tonight. Y'all, rest well.
Night.
Deal.
For sure.
Good night.